The date is April 20th, 2017. Area involved is Northwest Pennsylvania. It's Erie, Warren counties. And there's a supercell, Erie County right here. Wind's blowing towards the Buffalo radar and away from the Buffalo radar. There's either a shear line or area of rotation. Southeast Erie County. This storm had frequent lightning and hail at least 1 inch in diameter. I want to go through these pretty quick here. As you can see, here's the area of rotation. There's a possible area of shear and or rotation that can be caused by the shear area. There's rotation here. Here's the mesocyclone here. Right here, some red showing up, going away from the radar, and the grains towards it. And here's the possibly winds flowing into the storm. Rotation, shear line. You can also have rotations in the shear line. And it's where I'm going to end up. Okay. And this is about 5-minute intervals. This was 7:25 Eastern Daylight Time. And the first image was, I think, like 7:05 Eastern Daylight Time. And here's going to look at, here could be a shear line. That's what I'm thinking that is. You have winds going into the thunderstorm, basically directional. But you can have some little swirls in there, especially the stronger the inflow is. And that was courtesy of Skip Talbot. Thank you, Skip. I'm going to go over base reflectivity for this thunderstorm. This is earlier than the velocity that I was looking at. And I'm not sure why this is taking longer to load. That shouldn't happen. Okay, here we go. And it looks like a hook echo here. And you also have the bird shape. And here's the hook. Possible 2 hooks. And any area of rotation is where, possible area of rotation is where that tornado symbol is. And here you can see a hook. It's sort of like a bird shape still. Masked in a glob, but then you still do see like an appendage. And we're going up to 7:25 again. So there's like a hook there. And it's, that would be, and this is out of Buffalo, and this is out of State College, so the Buffalo radar is a little bit closer, maybe more accurate, I don't know. Okay, and now we're going to go into the time where I think a tornado warning definitely should have been issued, even though you see very strong shear line here. Some meteorologists think that it would be good to issue a tornado warning, possibly with that, because the shear, the gate is I don't know, it could be 100 miles an hour here, between really bright colors, the bright reds and the whitish greens. Alright, so we're going to look at 7:30 Eastern Time. I think there should have been a tornado warning issued at this time. You see winds going towards the radar, away from the radar, and I think this line here is a little bit of a, I think that could be an error. And you see how it's blurred like this. Could be some errors in there. Reflectivity. I mean, it looks like a shear line, but like I said, it is approaching the area of rotation, which is right here. So you could get a spin up right next to that. Right here. Probably should have been a tornado warning. I mean, every single one of these since the first one I showed at 7:30. This is 7:41. Could be a potential rotation there. I mean, well, there's all this is rotation. This is the meso here, meso rotation right here. But you see how it's this very sharp, bright green is going right into the gray, which is winds blowing away from the radar, even though they're not that strong away from the radar, according to the echo. Usually that does indicate possible tornadic signature. And definitely see a meso here. It's a nice, more classic shape. But then again, it broadens out. The rotation the shear isn't as great. So the gate is wider than that. And what you see is way, here's the meso right here, and here's the, or possibly the inflow tail is coming in, or inflow jet or whatnot. You see it getting closer to the center of circulation, and that probably helped tighten up, and which finally gave rise to tornado right here. And this is 2 minutes after a tornado touched down. You can see the reds and blues, bright green, bright red right next to each other. That's where they, on line with where the tornado was. And also, so I think the National Weather Service, State College, which warns for Warren and Erie counties, did a disservice. There was plenty of instability with the lightning that would have shown up, and the hail at least 1 inch greater diameter. There were 2 reports of that, which were confirmed in the storm reports on Storm Prediction Center. Here's some of the main things that you look at. This is shear, 0 to 1 kilometer shear. Probably looking for about 25 or so. This is about 30 here, so it's plenty good enough in northwest Pennsylvania. These are, I'm going to give you 4 main parameters. There's a significant tornado potential, or I think that's what it's called. This is fixed. You see it's a 1 here in the area of where the severe supercell is. Here's a 500 to 800 millibar winds. You're looking for a change in direction and increase in speed with height. You have 30 knots basically to the south, and then almost due west 40. So that's seems more than adequate for rotation. And let's see, let's go to heliosity. 0 to 3 kilometer heliosity. Let's see where we have that. Might be at the end here. Where is it? Here we go. And Northwest Pennsylvania, see, it's 400. That's more than adequate for rotation for tornadic supercells. And in conclusion, the frequent lightning and hail reported, the supercell rotation as indicated by the Doppler radar, and the gate and the tightening of the supercell rotation. I think there should have been a tornado warning issued at 7:30 p.m., not 7:54 like it was. And this is just a minimal. It could have had a tornado warning just because of that shear line that can spin up tornadoes, probably. 7:41 again, 7:47 and 7:36. All those times, I'll just go back and look at those. There should have been a warning out, especially when the radar beam is not really doing a good job here. The radar coverage over 6,000 feet. This is where it was, so I think the green goes to 6,000, so it's over 6,000 feet here. 7,000, something like that, or higher. So you're not getting full structure. I imagine the winds would be tighter and stronger near ground level. And again, you see, I'm taking out this, I think that's an error. Pretty tight here. And you should see the shear line right close to that circulation. That's probably another warning sign. Still some pretty bright greens here with the opposing winds. Even though the opposing winds aren't that far away, it's still something of note. And right here, and definitely right there. And again, I think some of this brush over might be some kind of error, radar error. And I would just smooth that out and say, yeah, there's probably potential for a tornado right there.